the live button twice. Hey guys, welcome to the Randfire channel. Jenna, how are you? Brad, what is going on, guys?
Hey, what's happening, y'all?
Hey,
And
everybody.
of course, we have Kelly
We
here.
got
It's Kelly from Spin
special
Up
guest,
and
Kelly.
Ready,
Let's see,
Set,
over that
Go.
way. There
Yeah.
we go.
Hey. Nothing gave it away. I just want to say nothing gave it away.
Yeah. What are we talking about tonight, by the way?
That's a good one. We have a nice
mic.
agenda for everybody, right? So it'll be five things we're going to be talking about tonight. One, what does it take to, get a drone meetup organized? Two, how is the Mavic 3 doing? Three, how is RC Controller doing? And four, I thought there was one more in there, but we'll just cut it off to four. If you had an unlimited budget, what kind of drone would you build? So think about chewing that one for a little while, guys.
Yeah.
And we also have a mystery guest in the background. Okay. He's going to be jumping in and out depending on how his signal works. So with that said, Kelly, what is going on, man? It was good to see you in Florida. It was so much fun, man.
Florida was a blast.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh
it was just incredible, right?
Yeah, Florida was amazing. I mean, I think, as I said when we were there, it was, I had high expectations, but it exceeded my expectations just from the moment we got to the reception Friday to the time we left. It was just the weather was great, a little windy, but across the board, and so many people that I hadn't met yet. Right, a lot of people from Canada coming down for the first time, and great, beautiful spot to fly. And yeah, I mean, I could not believe the number of giveaway items that you guys had amassed.
It was like two tables.
Yeah, it was almost, yeah.
Yeah, we pulled tickets for every single ticket there, and then we started over again.
I never won anything.
I don't know how that happened. Did you drop your ticket?
I won't say.
I actually did get my number pulled, but I think I was chatting with people at one point, and Chris came over to me and he looked at my ticket and he said, "Oh yeah, you won like 3 things ago, but you didn't ever claim it." And I was like, "Oh." But yeah. No, it was an amazing event, and it certainly re-inspired me to want to get Spin Up going. And if you're whenever you're ready, I can start talking about all the reasons that it's difficult. And the first thing really is venue. It's just finding a place where you can have that many people that is probably big enough so that if you expect between 100 and 150 people, how do you fit them all there? And that worked great where Ray had. What if there had been rain that day, right? In Florida? Yeah. There's a weather contingency. Well, it was a pavilion, so unless it was just really coming down, we could have hung out under the pavilion. Several pavilions actually. But yeah, getting the venue is the number one thing, because once you have the venue, then it's much easier to tell everybody for sure when the date is. And that was the big thing. I think everybody was asking me, when's it going to be? I know it's going to be in the fall, but until I actually went and wrote a check to the venue, now that I've written that check, I'm like, yeah, it's ours. We have it. And the other thing with Texas is it can be in October, it can be 95 degrees outside, or it can be 65 degrees outside. I think we've kind of lucked out with Spin Up every year so far when we've had it in person with the weather. It's always been really nice. It's always been, we kind of just cold, cool, even some warmish days, but
even Spin Down was a great. The day after has always been good as well. We've been very lucky, to your point.
Yeah, every weekend we've had good weather. But yeah, I think getting that venue and then getting the sort of registration figured out. I'm still working on speakers and guests and sponsors and things like that. I mean, one of the big sponsors I'm working on, but has not committed yet, but I actually have a call with them on Wednesday, is Insta360. Because I think everybody would be into Insta360. I don't know why I'm not on the DJI good list anymore, or whatever it is. I don't get anything from them. I haven't in The last thing I think I actually got was the Mavic 3, and which
Wow.
and I don't want to sound like I'm ungrateful, because it was always great to have those things in advance. It was great to be able to show them to people, and like everybody, I think at Spin Up in 2021 had a chance to see the Mavic 3 because it had just come out at that point. But I'm not counting on DJI as a sponsor this year. That they could surprise me. I actually haven't reached out to them, but I kind of wanted to get a few others like Insta360 as someone that I think.
Hold that thought for a second.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. We have like 18, 19 people in the chat. So
Yep.
I only see like 7 thumbs up. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And please say hello to Mr. Kelly Shores here. All right. Sorry about the interruption.
No worries. But and then figuring out what is going to be, because you have a lot of different people that have a lot of different interests. You have FPV pilots, you have camera drone pilots, you have people that are just learning. There have been several people who have come to Spin Up who literally saw it on Eventbrite, or someone told them about it, who had never flown a drone, but they're like, oh, that sounds like fun, I think I'll come try it out. So you have to kind of cater the day to make sure that it keeps everyone's interest. I feel like if people are going to travel all the way and come down to all the way down to Texas, then I want to make sure that everybody has a good time. I take that responsibility very personally. Honestly, it's like I feel this sort of weight on my shoulder in a good way, that everybody's taken their time, right? What's our most valuable resource? And that is time. Then they've spent money to buy airline tickets or to drive or whatever, and to get a hotel room and to do all the stuff it takes. So, it's a little bit of a burden to shoulder. But then when people tell you what a great time they have, when they share pictures, when they make recap videos, and when they ask you when's the next one, then it's like, okay, it was all worthwhile.
It truly is, and the fellowship that comes along with that whole event is so much fun, and that's where I met Jenna. I met you for the first time.
Yeah.
And, when I first started trying to get into the drone community or flying, you were one of the first channels that I went to. Quadcopter 101.
Ditto.
I wanted to go to. So thank you so much for putting the content, putting the time.
Yeah,
you're
a lot of time.
Show. I know how hard it is. So yeah, thank you.
You guys know now, after having created, when people start creating content, you realize, especially if you want to do it on a regular basis and have the algorithm sort of start to reward you, then it definitely, you have to invest the time.
You really do. And you have to be so consistent, because the algorithm is consistent. So it expects you to be consistent with it. So you have to really keep up with it.
One thing I was going to call out about what you said earlier, Al, with Kelly and Ready Set Drone, it was ditto on that. That's where I found the drone community. And, Kelly, you and I became good friends early on. Yeah. I was doing some travel.
You were coming to Austin pretty regularly. A couple times.
And I didn't even know that you lived there.
As a matter of fact, I didn't even know you lived here, Brad. I saw you flying in Ready Set Drone in Texas, right? And I was like, oh, okay. And then Ron Brown goes, well, B-Rad lives in Richmond. I go, what? And that's when I reached out to B-Rad. And then we got Ray Kelly to meet us halfway through in his snowbird trips.
Well, actually, you and I met for the first time at Hollywood Cemetery, I think, right?
That's right. I was trying to get you to fly my FPV POS, and you wouldn't do it. I'm like, do it.
Well, what I was going to say about Kelly's channel, about Ready Set Drone, Kelly, when I first started watching it, I want to say it was 2015, maybe. Or somewhere around there, 16, and you only had about maybe 20,000 subscribers at the time, or 20. I don't even know if it was that many.
Yeah.
2016-ish.
It was right after the Mavic, the original. I mean,
Mavic Pro.
Yeah.
It was a Spark come out in the Spark time too.
Yeah, Spark was 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Spark came out after the Mavic, so I had. That Chroma drone that I think I told you about, Kelly, a long time ago. You probably don't remember. And a buddy of mine gave it to me. He crashed it. He took one flight, crashed it into his gutter, hit the ground, destroyed it. And I put it all back together, and then I found your channel, and I knew I'd heard about DJI, and I was watching and knew this Mavic was coming out at Christmas time or so back then. And I watched your stuff, and you did some distance flights with the drone and a couple other things that really sparked my interest. And I finally got one, and then you and I started, talking once I finally got out to Austin.
Yeah. No, I remember meeting you for the first time, and I remember there've been several people who don't live in Austin who are like, "Hey, I'm going to be there. Can we meet and go fly somewhere or something like that?" That was kind of like with Kai as well. Like, he lives in San Antonio, and he was up, and we just went out and flew one day. And no, it's really funny because I talk about a lot with people I know at work and such about. Even today, I was doing an event for a hospital, and I was saying I got to get back before 6 because I'm on a live stream for the drone stuff. And they're like, "Well, is it, are they there with you?" I'm like, "No, these people are all over the country. This is like not only you guys in the studio, but also we're in your houses. But then also, you got all these people in the chat who are in Dallas and Albuquerque and Florida and everything. So it's pretty awesome."
Yep, everywhere.
It is amazing,
great
too.
Community.
All right, so I was just looking at your channel. You're rocking and rolling, Kelly. 177K subscribers.
How many videos do I have? I was trying to figure that out the other day. It's like 700 and something, huh?
Wow.
It says 770. 770.
So probably probably the first 3 or 4 years was the first 500, and then it slowed down, right? It's not at the pace it was. And I think that will definitely put a damper on your growth is when you aren't, cranking out a video or two a week. It's one of those
It
things
really does.
You just have to
you
have to feed the machine.
When I went into the hospital I was expecting just to be in there a couple of days. So I had just queued up 2 videos for 2 consecutive Saturdays. But my stay was like 4 times as long as that.
Yeah.
So my channel suffered tremendously because of that. I want to play one of your videos, though. Which one would you like me to play?
This one? Actually, hold on. Go down. Go down one more, and to the right. That's pretty funny. I don't know if you guys saw this. This was actually an intro for First Friday. Is the audio on?
It's.
I think you have to do
like
share audio.
Yeah.
I have to share the audio. Hang on, let me stop sharing it.
Well, I didn't think he's into chat yet, but I have to say, Chris has brought a next level of creativity to Ready Set Drone that I never could have imagined. And I met him in 2020 during the pandemic. He actually won. I had a contest to see who could do a cover of the Ready Set Drone song, and before it had just been an acoustic guitar and really simple. You might remember that version. Is that running?
It is, but I didn't get I don't know. Well, I'm missing something here, and we have a.
Well, it was this whole joke about me jumping out of an airplane to come to First Friday, but Chris, like, this was his idea, right? This was something that he came up with, and we just shoot these silly little videos. And I have to say, from an editing perspective and from a just creative ideas perspective, he comes up with these ideas. He's younger than me, so he's got this sort of brain that works more. I don't know, it's in a different way, but it's pretty awesome. It's been a good collaboration the two of us have had. So I like to think of him as much or more of a driving force behind the channel, behind the scenes, than I am. I'm just the spokesmodel.
The talking head. Okay, got it.
These days.
Okay, well,
so I think I had mentioned. Oh, go ahead, Brad.
No, I was going to say I can try to share that video. I don't know if the audio is going to work on it though.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get really big. You just become just a figure.
Yeah. They're just like you just read your lines. Just read your lines, Kelly.
Yeah.
Don't try to.
Hey, look who's here. Can you hear us, Lee?
Lee here?
right?
Yep.
Maybe.
Trying to get my audio working.
All right, there you
There
are.
you go.
There we go.
So, where part of the country are you at, Lee?
I'm in San Antonio, Texas, and I'm currently out in the hill country between Bernie and Bandera, Texas, on Highway 46. And I'm having a much better day than somebody that I just saw about 20 minutes ago because they were in the body bag in a fatal accident on the highway.
Oh,
So I'm doing a
Oh, man.
much better day than they are. By any
Wow.
standard.
that's rough.
Yeah,
Mm.
to say the least.
Yes.
All right, we'll check back with you in a second. We're gonna
Yeah. Some
continue
folks
on.
in the chat are saying hi, Lee. So. Yep.
All right, so here we are.
And Lee knows how to really bring us up, doesn't he?
Well, I don't know what to
I
say
gotta
now.
do that, even though it's not a Vada. I think I'll drink
I just hit
I
a
know.
puppy.
Hello.
I'm sorry.
I'm drinking.
We're moving on.
I'm drinking.
But we're moving on.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
actually,
I'm
I
on.
will say I have had the chance to fly with Lee many times. He comes down to. There's a place called, and it's really one of my favorite places to fly. It's a sports complex between Austin and San Antonio, kind of near New Braunfels, and it's a really pretty spot. And he comes down there, meets up with me and Chris and Kai and Jace and Scott and a whole bunch of people. So it's a fun little group that Kai has. I think right now we're probably starting to get into the territory of it being too hot to do that. It just, when it gets to be like today's just awful outside. It's really muggy, but yeah, Lee's out there every time.
All right, let's see if we can play this thing by if I share the tab on my display, maybe that'll work. Hang on.
You want to try
Let's
it?
see.
March 4th at 7 p.m. Central Time. Hope to see.
Nope.
There it is. I
Nah,
can hear it. I heard
Yeah, I heard
audio.
it for a second.
Yeah.
you did? Okay.
Yeah. There it is. We got audio.
Kelly is currently on a plane, so the first Friday live stream scheduled for tonight will be happening tomorrow instead. Saturday, March 4th at 7 p.m. Central Time. Hope to see you there. What? Is that Kelly?
Good one,
I hope
Chris.
you brought a
The
parachute.
slide whistle.
Oh,
That was funny.
Oh man, I'm gonna miss First Friday.
did you bounce, Kelly?
Oh,
10 feet off the ground?
oh, Chris, man, I'm so glad you're here. I actually opened the exit door and jumped out of the plane so I could get here on time to do First Friday. Are we ready?
Oh, Kelly, I already told everyone we're going to do it tomorrow because I didn't think you'd make it today.
Oh, you told them. Okay, well, I guess we'll just call it First Saturday and we'll do it tomorrow. Sounds good to me.
So
That's some acting right there.
that's a good one. Have you been exploring the shorts? Have you been?
Yeah, a little bit. Actually, we have queued up about 15 shorts currently that are not public. We're trying to get 30 so that we can publish one a day for 30 days and see what happens. So
You know,
we
finding some
got
success
15
with
and we ran
those.
out of steam.
Yeah, I'm definitely having some success with those. So
You are
But
having
it-
success?
I am.
What's your most popular short?
Let's take a look at my page and I'll show you.
Yeah.
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't. Let's just pull it up and look at
It's
it.
just kind of weird because the shorts get mixed in with so many other types of videos that I feel like you can get a lot of views and you can get some new subscribers, but I don't feel like they're necessarily people that were looking for drone stuff. They're just
I know,
just
just
show up in their
for
feed, you know?
entertainment. Yeah, it's all about entertainment, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah.
probably the shorts that do best are like turtle mode. Oh, look, my drone flipped over in turtle mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, shorts. Well, see, it's not terrible.
Wait,
view.
let's see that one with your shirt off there, flexing those guns. What do you got there?
Okay.
Oh man, were you barefooted?
He's
That's
getting
my
ready
son
to.
driving. My
Wait,
daughter's filming it,
Are
And
you
my
gonna
dog-
barefoot?
and my dog's gonna choreograph.
There we go.
He goes. Jump out. Jump out
Wow.
at what? How fast, Al? 60?
38.
30,
Wow.
oh, only 38 miles an hour right there?
Yeah.
So wait, I've
That's
never known anyone that could do that. How does that feel on your feet? Is it like a good foot massage, like a little reflexology? Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can get a good enema out of it.
No, I understand that part, but I'm talking about like the water on your feet going that fast.
Yeah, after a minute it hurts. I'm about my son is going, let go, Dad, let go.
Whoa,
There you go.
there you go.
Okay. So
Dang.
I hadn't done that in a long time. Okay, that was embarrassing.
I'm pretty impressed though. That's pretty good.
I got a lot better videos than that, but that was a day that I was just like, I haven't done this in 10 years. You guys mind filming? And we just, so my kids were driving. I was like, okay, I'll suit up and I'll go. So
What lake is that?
And that was Lake Anna. We used to have a place right there on the water, and
It's not too far from
unfortunately
Richmond, Virginia.
unfortunately going through a divorce right now, Kelly. So I had to divide all the assets, and so life moves on.
Yeah.
And I hopefully have another place on the water here in North Carolina. But this is a short, not too bad, 1.8 view.
Still chasing?
Yeah. That was fun. That was down in Florida.
Nice.
There's Maddie,
That was
man.
on
Maddie.
That was Sunday, the day after the South Florida drone meetup.
Maddie's flying the other 5-inch.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm coming out with a 4-inch drone. Nice.
Who's flying the airplane?
That's Max Air. Max.
Max Air 420.
Yeah. He flies a lot of fixed wing. Flies that thing inverted like there's no tomorrow. There he goes.
Yeah. Look at that. Flip it over.
Yeah, so
Nice. That's a good one.
enough of that. Yeah, so let's move on to the next topic. It was the Mavic 3, right? So we have the Mavic 3 Pro now with 3 nice lenses, right? I mean, super nice. I mean, Brad, you've been thinking about selling and, penny pinching, collecting all your pennies that fell between the seat cushions in your car.
Recycling all your beer cans.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, but it's not going to be for the Mavic 3 because I don't need that drone. I don't want to spend that kind of money. Don't have that kind of money. But I want the Avata, and of course, everybody cheers Avata.
Cheers.
That's what the big thing is now.
I'm in the same boat you
So
are,
yeah, I would.
but for
So
the
I'm
Mavic
thinking about
3.
selling. What's that?
I'm in the same boat you are, but for the Mavic 3, I want
Yeah, Mavic 3 Pro or the Mavic 3?
The Pro. I want the 3
The
lenses.
Pro.
I know,
Yeah.
Jenna, you would really enjoy those 3 lenses. I know that.
I
you
would. I mean, I don't fly my 2 Pro enough, I guess, to warrant that kind of money. So if I'm going to have any extra time spent, then it'll be flying still something. And yes, admittedly, unfortunately, because it's been busy with,
You need to get that wild beast in
This
the
is
air.
still
Yeah,
very-
that's the one. You
still
got to
very
get
close
that.
to my heart. It's
It
still on
doesn't
my
have any
mind.
scratches. Hold it up to the camera. It's a really pretty looking drone, though.
Oh,
I
this is
love
gorgeous.
the color. Yeah,
This is gorgeous. This thing is a work of art.
Yeah,
it's
turn it
beautiful.
upside down and, can you
Yeah.
do that runway walk with that drone for us?
Wait, so does it have an O2 unit or an O3 unit?
Yes,
Turn
an
it up.
O3, and
It's
it's
got
got
O3 in it.
yeah. And look at the camera. He's
Oh.
got a really nice camera too.
Yeah. Well, that's the O3 camera.
Well, I think that's even. You know how you buy different cameras for it, right?
Yeah. No, that's the DJI one.
Yeah, for sure.
I recognize it from the top and the bottom where the
But
lens
look at the
stub's going. But
VTX.
even the rings, what are those rings called that go around the motor? There's bells. The
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 bell
motor bell
housing. Bell housing.
bell housing. Yeah, even the bell housing on that thing is cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's
That
shiny.
thing is pretty.
So
Well,
Jenna, you got
so
to.
so Jenna, you could have that thing. You could have that thing in the air in an hour.
She's
Yeah.
got everything she needs.
Wow.
She's got the goggles. She's got her controller. I mean,
Is it a Crossfire, or are you just going to bind it with the DJI controller?
The DJI controller?
That's what I would do. It's
That's
a
what
very
I would do,
unpopular
too.
thing, but it's just like it's already there. It's easy to bind. But yeah, it would be. You could have
You-
that set up in an hour, and honestly, in angle mode, that thing's going to be not too bad to fly. Just give yourself a
Well-
lot of space, big open space, and I guess have you flown a 5-inch FPV before, or what is your experience with FPV?
Well, I got the Avata.
Okay,
And yeah, no, I haven't flown anything that big yet.
pretty comfortable with the Avata in normal sport acro.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I've got the Gep RC25.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
that thing-
yeah. Then you're
I
golden.
ripped that thing all over.
She's
It's
ready
just
for
a matter of
the
time.
man.
Okay,
She's
I was
ready.
thinking you were
I know.
hesitant because you didn't want to crash it or something, but you'll
It's a time thing.
Yeah.
I mean, even this weekend, I'll do something. No, I mean, the fence took me like 4 times longer working on that this weekend than
We
I
have
want.
to go up there and kidnap her for a day.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
You're gonna
let's
fly
do
your
it. Let's
drone.
do it
No
now.
matter
I've been threatening to do it and
Well,
still
and this weekend is
negotiating.
gonna be the same. It's going to be busy, and then the following weekend, I'm down in Tennessee looking for a house.
I know we in here in Richmond, Virginia, Brad. We have River Rock coming up, man.
Yeah.
You and
Yeah,
I
we
gonna
do. That's
you and I are gonna have to hook up to that event, man. That's a really good event, and the live music lineup, man, looks really good.
The events.
So,
There's lots
Kelly,
of events at that
Austin
River Rock.
and Richmond are very similar because
heard
they're
that.
not the largest city in the state, but they are the capital of
Yeah.
the state. And so
Got-
it has
that.
a lot of eclectic features like Austin does
hmm
and
Mhm.
attracts those musicians like Austin does. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. It's
Yeah.
just smaller, atmosphere is a little quainter, instead
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
big Dallas. Or
We got water. We got the James River water running through the city, similar to what y'all have in Austin as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Well,
So-
I think unfortunately Austin is not the charming, not quite the charming city that it was 10, 15 years ago. Like you guys still, it's gotten very big. I think Austin's like number 9 in the country at this point. Hey, costume change.
You got the white one.
Yep, there we go.
Wait, so is that the tan one? Is that the
Yeah,
same
the
one I'm
tan
wearing?
one, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it just
this
looks
is the
kinda
tan
white.
one.
Yeah, that's the original, the OG.
Yeah.
Well, the big thing too about Austin right now is you've kind of got these people who've been here forever, and they like all the economy and all the growth and all the money that's coming in, but they also don't like it, right? You've kind of got people that are the old school people that are like, I personally, for me, I'll take it because it's good for my business and it's good for me economically. But I do sometimes when I'm stuck in traffic, I'm like, man, I miss the days when we didn't have traffic or not as much.
Yeah, and when you have a big company like Dell move into Round Rock, I mean, it just drags everything in there. You have Samsung, Hitachi. It's just
Yeah.
going to drag all those other vendors into the scene there, and of
Oh,
course, that manufacturing platform there is so nice, and that what you get a kind of a unique situation in Texas there because you also have like a little bit of hills and rivers.
We have
And
lots,
that's
we have
like
lots of hills
oxymoron
here.
for Texas, right?
Yeah, Austin is an unusual area. We also don't have a state income tax, so a lot of people like that. That's a big reason.
Oh yeah.
What's your sales
You
tax?
Absolutely.
you all pay 8.25% for sales tax. You all pay state
Eight-
income tax, right? Not
we
lead.
do.
Yeah,
and
we
our
do.
Sales tax is 6.5%. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brad, but
Oh,
sales tax.
that's almost
Oh.
8.25. So Jenna, I know you told us this, but where in Tennessee are you looking?
South of Nashville, about 40 minutes ish or more, or you know,
Okay.
around in that general area.
You just like the region, like the Four Seasons, like the
Yep.
centrality of it?
It still has Four Seasons. It doesn't have a state income tax either. Property taxes are lower. The in that area on that side of the state, western side of the state, you got Vanderbilt Medical Center. So
Oh
you
yeah.
got the promise of good health care, and it is a top 20 medical center in the country.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
Are you going to keep doing your current job down there, or are you planning to you can just kind of live wherever you want?
yes, but if I need to go into work, then that is on me, which occasionally I do.
Meaning you would have to fly back to New York?
No, in Pennsylvania, either Pennsylvania or New Jersey.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow.
Those- That's where the
You got
office
to fly
is.
somewhere.
I could fly, or I could drive. I have a really good friend in Pennsylvania, and if I were to go, for instance, if I needed to go into work, like on Tuesday, I could drive up to their place. I have a room there, basically stay there anytime. I
Yeah.
could work from her house.
What's the commute time to drive from Tennessee there to Pennsylvania?
11, 12 hours.
Okay. So it could be done in a day.
Yeah.
I can do it in a day.
Nice.
Hey, I see we have Chris, Sunrise Water Media, in the house, along with a bunch of other folks. Thanks,
Yep,
everybody,
Chris.
for stopping by.
Yeah, and
Got
Geek
Sean,
Savannah.
Geek
Geek
Savannah.
Savannah's here too.
Yep.
And Michael Wright in the house,
Yeah.
and Maddie, One Vision,
We got Scott, Jackrabbit, FPG.
Jackrabbit, Scott. Yeah.
Hey, Dustin, apologies
Oh,
for calling you Ken.
John Coopy.
Got John Coopy in the house. How you
What's
doing,
up,
John?
man?
Zambo, drive Zambo.
Whoop, whoop.
We're getting some big names up in here tonight.
Hey Lee, where's your spin up shirt? I know you said you were trying to order one. Oh, I was going to tell you guys a story about that. Lee actually got me thinking about this. Lee, can you hear us?
I hear you.
Yeah. So Lee asked me if I was, if we were selling shirts, and I said, well, this year I literally probably have 100 spin up shirts from the 4 years they've been made. Like, you know, I always made extras, and so I'm gonna just have them on a table, and I'm actually gonna liquidate my entire t-shirt inventory. I have Ready Set Drone shirts, like all of them, all the original ones. I have the Tex Rex shirts, I have the spin up shirts, and I'm gonna sell them all really cheap at spin up. So that the goal this year is not to end up with more shirts, but to end up with less shirts. Because
Right.
Yeah, nobody wants to
I
carry
literally
that.
have you know those big shelving units that you get at IKEA, you know, they're white metal alpha or whatever. I have one of those in my garage that is just full of bins and full of all different size shirts, from small, tiny, I mean, like these things are made for infants, to 4X, made for Kai.
At least you didn't do what Kid Heron did.
What'd he do?
Well, I went to his link. I ordered a shirt for Spin Up, and they printed out 2022 version 3.0. They did not send
you
me
mean
a
mine-
2020.
Oh, you mean
Minefield.
for Minefield?
Minefield? Yeah.
He's selling spin up shirts. I gotta have a
No,
conversation with
I'm
him.
sorry. That's why I said
You gotta get a cut on that royalty.
you didn't do what he did. His store was selling the last
Yeah.
year's shirt
The old ones.
instead of the new one,
Trying to
and so
Clean
you're
out the old
choosing just to
inventory.
sell the old ones and not offering brand new ones. But for those of us that didn't go every year, it's a chance for us to get caught up
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the shirts, especially
and-
when you've got the ones for us chubby guys.
The thing is too that I there is on, you know, if you go to my website and you click on it, I think it's like Teespring or one of these things. You can order a shirt, but that just that's printed and sent out. I always got shirts made
Right.
by a local guy here that a friend of a friend, and so that's where I got most of those shirts. I'd get them, and they're a lot cheaper when you do it that way. Like if you get 100 or 150 made at once.
Oh, definitely.
If you buy one off, they're going to be $30. But
Yeah.
if you buy 100, 150, I think my cost was like $6 or $8 depending on the shirt.
Nice.
Now you know.
Yeah,
That's
You know
the way
my
to do it.
margin.
You're
Well,
over
you got
here
to
on
cover
Durant.
your overhead.
My plan
Yeah,
is
you're-
$10 for one, 15 for two. So I hope everybody will buy.
Very
two.
nice. Very cheap. Very
Yeah,
cheap.
yeah. I think that's reasonable. I
That's
mean, all
a
they're doing
great
is sitting in my garage. They are all in bins, so they're not garage icky. That's actually a word, by the way, garage icky. When stuff gets cobwebs all
That's a
over
new
it
word
and
for me.
smells like gasoline.
Yeah, that's a Shores Dictionary.
Good.
Working well.
Well, you let Chris in there to kick the straps on something and spill the gas.
Well, I will say about 3 years ago I got an electric mower and my garage smells a lot better.
Did you get the
Sorry,
AI
Chris. I didn't
mower?
mean to pick on you.
Did you get the AI mower? One of my neighbors got one of them. Cuts his
No,
grass.
it's just a basic. I think it's called green something or another. Yeah, it takes 4 batteries to mow my entire yard. So
Oh boy.
two
That
for
double A or triple A?
they're actually those little watch batteries. They just it takes like 700 of those little watch batteries.
The 923s.
Yeah. No,
They're
these are
quarters.
pretty
Wow.
beefy batteries, but this mower, what I like about it is it had 2 battery slots. You can actually hot swap it, so you can just like when one runs out, you can pull it out and put and it'll keep going, but you can put another one in and keep going.
So we got a bunch of guys here we need to welcome in, right, Brad? It looks like quadcopters.
Yeah. Yeah. Quite. We got, like I said earlier, we got Geek Spina, Sean's in the house, Chris, Sunrise Water Media. We got Dustin, One Vision Aerial. Got Lambo Drives, I don't know everybody's first name. Lambo Drives, Zambo FPV Water Echoes. Maddie's in. Everybody's been in there for quite a while. John Coopy, thanks for stopping again. Johnny Droneflower just jumped in the house. How you doing, Johnny?
What's up, Johnny?
Johnny.
So
John
Jenna,
Cody,
Yep, Johnny's.
you
Okay.
shouldn't feel too bad because I haven't got this thing in the air yet either.
Yeah,
Oh man,
that's just gorgeous.
That's
This is
another
gonna
pretty
be
one.
this is gonna be an endeavor. I got the radio for it, so I ordered the Boxer radio, and because he's got this set up for Crossfire, and I ordered the Crossfire module for it. I started to order the battery, and then it said it was going to be like 3 weeks to arrive, so I canceled that order. So I got to order another battery for this because it's an XT90 connector. It's the bigger one here on the back, and I don't have any success with XT90. And then what else? Oh, and then I got to build a weight to put on it to simulate the camera. Those are all the steps.
Wow.
I think Jenna and I should have a race to see who gets theirs in the air first. I'll bet it's going to be her, honestly.
We are so behind of being on point tonight, guys. So we
Oh,
haven't
sorry.
even talked about the RC. All right, Brad, I'll let you take the point on the RC controller. Why don't you get started on the RC controller? You have it. You were messing with it all week. It took you about an hour, you said, to get your Mini 2 to work with the RC controller. Is that?
Oh, what do you think of it?
Really?
No, wait a minute. I don't have a motion controller.
No, the RC.
Yeah, the one with the screen.
Oh, you're talking about, okay. Yeah, you're talking about the Mini 3 to the,
Yeah,
what was the
you can
question
play-
again? I'm sorry.
So give us a little bit of insight of your, I guess, your struggles or challenges you had this weekend with your RC controller. I know that you were working.
Oh, no. Well, the struggles
Okay.
I was having this weekend, I was trying to get my Mini 2 Flymore combo ready to sell so I can start gathering up some money to maybe be able to get the Avata one day. So the struggles I had with that is I couldn't get it to connect with my phone and get video, and I worked on it for an hour and a half or so. And come to find out, the new phone I have, the S22 Ultra, the Samsung Android phone, when you plug in the cable for some reason from the RC to the phone, it wouldn't allow the video for some reason. So I had to go in and change the settings to make it as a software update for some reason on the phone, and boom, it worked. And I never really finished trying to get it all connected, but I haven't had the Mini 2 up in the air in a while, so I had to do a couple of updates. And anyway, just trying to get that ready to sell. So I'm just wanted to make sure the batteries were good. I charged everything, and
Are you doing a factory? Are you going to do a factory reset?
I probably will, right?
Yeah.
If I'm gonna sell it, I will definitely do that.
Well, I will tell you something about the Avata. If you do buy a used Avata, if you bind your Avata to your goggles, and I found this out. I don't know if you guys saw the video that I just put out like yesterday, Sunday, of flying through Phoenix LiDAR systems. We had 2 Avatas there, one of which had been bound to a different pair of goggles, and one of which was bound to the goggles we were using. Well, we started with the one that was bound to the different goggles. It'll give you 5 flights, and then it won't fly anymore unless you go into the app and actually unbind it and rebind it to those goggles. So basically it pairs the goggles to the Avata. And the thinking is, if you lost the Avata, that basically someone could fly it 5 times and then it just bricks, basically. So it's, I don't know, it's supposed to be a theft deterrent, maybe. But what happened is it bricked on me. I say it bricked. The screen went dark. We had done our 5 fly-throughs, and we were on the 5th one, and all of a sudden the app just stopped, and I landed. And then we had the other one that had been was bound to these goggles that I was using, and it flew just fine. And then afterward, Chris did some research and actually figured that out, that it, once you bind your Avata, so guess, Brad, if you do buy a used Avata, make sure it's been reset, factory reset.
Okay.
Because that'll be a problem.
Well, here's a question for you. I heard you and talking about that on Friday, last Friday on your show.
Oh yeah.
You and Chris, what your experience was with that. What if, the thing came to mind when you were talking about that, what if you hooked up DJI Assistant to the drone and took it back all the way back fresh factory? Does that give it the ability to start over again without bricking it?
I've never hooked DJI Assistant up to the Avata before, so I actually don't know what that experience is. I know you can do that with other drones. You can do that with the Mavics,
right,
and you can do that with I think the Mini, and so that DJI Assistant is useful for those things. I've never sold an Avata. I have 2 of them, and I've never sold one. So at this point, and it's funny, you can tell. Chris just comments on it, like one of them is covered in grass stains, and we actually put the master air screw props, and they were hitting the side because the casing is bent, and it's like just beat up. And then the other one, you put the master air screw in, and it flies just perfectly. But yeah, we have kind of the beater one, and we have our good one, our fly.
So Brad, we've experienced the same thing with my. Remember you were trying to fly my FPV with your goggles?
Yeah.
Did it stop after a certain amount of time?
Yeah, it geofenced them to beginner also.
Geofence. It didn't brick it. It geofenced it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Chris is saying, I think the serial number is linked to your DJI account, and DJI needs you to remove it while you're signed in to your account before anyone else can add it to their account. So it's just basically it's associated with your account, and if you go in, it's just like selling a phone, right? I mean, you have to
bill of sales.
Yeah.
You have to go in and basically unlock it and say, okay, I'm done. So
yeah, that makes sense. That's the way it ought to be. That keeps will help keep the theft down, I guess, a little bit, or at least somebody not being able to use the device.
I mean, it kind of sucks that it would brick it if you didn't do that. But anyway, if you know that, then it's not a big deal. That was what I discovered. And so fortunately we had a second one, and it was the one that was actually bound to the goggles I was using. So when we turned it on, it was fine. It's the one with grass stains and the bent. Actually, that's the one I ended up using for the final shot, was the one that was all beat up. And that's just a testament to how smooth that gimbal is and how smooth that electronic
Yep.
stabilization is in the camera. I mean, it just, oh man, it's just like butter.
That
Yeah,
video
it's
was
so true.
awesome. I don't know if you did a lot of post work on that to do any type of cleanup of the shaking, if there was any at all. But it was
No.
beautiful.
All the post work was just speed ramps, to kind of make it go faster and slower, and then the text, kind of flying through the text. That was, and then
I
some
love
sound
that.
effects
Yeah, I
and
love
music.
that effect.
Thank you.
Well, let's get back on
That was
topic. Let's talk about the RC.
Yeah, so
we're so
well, I
behind.
can't.
I'm trying to corral the
I
cats.
can't-
It's
You
so
talking about
hard.
you talking about this RC, Al? This good old
Yeah,
tried and
yeah,
true
that one.
Tyrannus.
The XT9, the
Yeah.
Tyrannus. I love
Yeah,
that thing.
It's this one's seen. It's got. I was showing somebody this the other night. It's got the oldest USB connector that you can have. What is this one? I don't even know what that
That's
USB
not
is
even
called.
the micro.
No, it's
remember
not
it
even
was all
micro.
the
It's
mini.
pre-micro. It's the
Yeah, the mini.
mini. Yeah.
That's what they called it, the mini. And it went to micro. Oh man. So anyway, do you guys like that RC controller or not?
The FPV one, or the RC? Yeah,
No,
I have the RC Pro and I love it. But
Oh, you got the
I
Pro.
sound like a snob, but
Yeah.
I love my $1,000
You
RC
are. I
Pro.
mean, you got all the good gear, so yeah, why not?
I love the one that came with my Mini 3. Yep, that's the whole reason I bought the Mini 3. The Mini 3 was just a bonus for me because I wanted that screen built-in feature and everything. And now it's even better. Now I can bind it up with the Air 2S, which I've flown it with it, and I love that too because I still have the Air 2S. Those are
How
my
about you,
two
Jenna?
favorite drones.
Yeah, no, I don't have either. When I fly, the camera drones, I usually use the iPad, but if I get another drone, it'll be with the
With the screen.
screen.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think you could leverage probably buying a Avata and get the goggles. And I don't know, once you get that, I already have the controller that the Avata uses because I bought the POS.
What do you think of that controller, Al?
I really like it.
Yeah. A lot of people hate on that thing, but I don't mind it at all. I love how easy it is to
That's a
bind.
good game controller. Perfect. for
It's
my-
a great game controller.
Yeah.
It's got a good battery life, and once you remove the spring, once you remove the tension from that spring, I think
Yeah.
it flies pretty well.
And we're at South Florida Drone Meetup. I had put the tension back in the spring for Brad to fly that day, but we never got the opportunity to fly it.
Well,
So-
Brad
Yeah.
flew with Dobo using the
Yeah.
Motion 2. What'd you think of the
Yep.
Motion controller too?
Oh my gosh, that was well. Let's back up just a little bit. And Rod's in the house, Hot Rod in Daytona.
Rod.
He the weekend after the South Florida Drone Meetup, I met up with him at Daytona Beach Main Street Pier, and he had the motion controller and the regular motion controller and the goggles too. I think was it? Yeah, the goggles too. So he let me fly his Avata, and that was the very first time I ever did it. And I used the motion controller, and it took me a few minutes. I went up high above the trees and finally started coming down. He flew it a couple of times and got me a little more confident in flying. And I was, split in the trees a little bit. And I really got, for the time I flew it, I got pretty good at it. Flew underneath of a volleyball net.
Got
But
confident.
then the weekend, that was. And then the week after that, I met up with Ken, as some people have seen in the video that he did. He had the motion controller too, the Integra goggles, and now, everybody knows he had the Mavic 3 Pro sitting in the floor of his office, and I almost tripped over it when I went in there. Well, that's another whole story. But he let me use the motion controller too and the Integra goggles, and I loved it. I mean, we were at the golf course, an old abandoned golf course, I guess it was, and I just loved that. That's the setup I want. I want the motion controller too, the Integra goggles. I would love the goggles too, but I don't need to have the more expensive goggles. And then the Avata. That's what I want next.
How did your eyes do with the Integra? Did you have the pieces in it?
So I normally wear readers like 1.25, maybe 1.5, and I don't wear glasses otherwise. He had it set up for his eyes, and he was afraid I wasn't going to be able to use it. The only thing, they worked fine, except for right on the outer edges, got a little blurry as it got to the outer edges, and I couldn't really read the bottom right-hand print, the words in it, but the telemetry stuff.
So
but it wasn't that bad. But
that's the big advantage
It wa-
of the goggles. Goggles 2 over the Integras
okay.
is they have those little wheels that you can turn, and then
Yep.
they can, I forget what it's called. There's a word for it, but it's like you pull them in and out, and you can just get the whole screen in perfect focus. So
that's what I did with rods. Yep, that's exactly what
And
I
the
did
way
with
I
rods.
fly,
Too.
I prefer the middle be in focus and the outside to be out of focus, to be honest with you. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Everybody
mean that kind of makes sense because you want everything coming straight at you.
Yeah, because as you're starting to lose the signal with the digital signal, your screen will start just kind of get fuzzier and fuzzier on the outside. That's the clue that you got to turn around. Okay, get it back.
Oh, yeah.
Before, because it's not like the old days. You know, we get the lot of snow. You can see through the snow as much as you could. And this one is just drops.
Well, here's something for you. John Coopy says not everyone can get the screen in perfect focus. The goggles 2 were a disaster for him, but the Integras were perfect. So it just depends on people's eyes, their face.
Yeah.
Everybody's different.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean totally.
Yeah, see, I've got the goggles too. They work great for me.
Do you? Well, you wear glasses, Lee, right? You wear glasses, so you're able to see what you're able to see in them without your glasses.
Yeah, he has to put the right. You have to put the right lenses in it, though, right?
The goggles too, without my glasses.
Nice.
Okay. So he can adjust them like you were talking about, Kelly. He can adjust them back and forth and in and out, right?
Yeah, I just so what I'm waiting for now, since I have the goggles too, is the Integras are interesting because of the remote ID thing, right? But I want the ones that have a removable battery, swappable battery, and the lens adjustments and remote ID, right? So not have to pick between remote ID or removable battery.
And right now, you don't have that. You don't have that on both goggles.
One or the other.
Yeah.
It looks like Ray Kelly just jumped in the house. All right, so we're running out of time.
Hey, Captain Ray.
Guys.
Mike from Fly Zone.
Hey, can I say something real quick about Spin Up too? So I hadn't really. I've only really put the link out on the website or the community tab, and so a lot of people who are channel members got it early. I do have a discount code for channel members. However, if you're a channel member and you want to buy a ticket to Spin Up, email me, Kelly at Ready Set Drone, and I'll send you one because it was a problem. I was having a problem with some issues with the ticket system when I was sharing one code across the board. So I'm just doing an individual code for each thing. Yeah, Brad just put it in there. It's also just dronespinup.com. So if you go to HTTP /
that's probably easier, right?
Drone. Well, yeah, I just redirect from that. But what you have is actually the real. Let me see if that works. Yeah. Anyway, so if you're a channel member and you want to buy a ticket, hit me up and I will make sure you get a discount code. So there
perfect. Perfect.
Yeah,
okay. All right. We have a few minutes, so we're going to limit everybody to a couple of minutes. Okay. So we'll start with Jenna. If you could build a drone with an unlimited budget, what would you build?
All right. So I'd probably supersize it. And it would be probably one of those like little flying cars, like a drone sort of thingy.
Oh, how cool.
It would be, it would be something like that. One of the like little flying cars, like the E-Hang, I think.
Yeah. Can I throw something in? I'm going to throw something in the StreamYard chat, and then I'll throw it in there. Exactly what Jen is talking about, because I was going to say exactly the same thing.
There we go. Great minds think alike.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
How about you? What would you do?
Yeah, so the first thing came to mind, and Kelly, that link, that would be perfect right there. That lift aircraft, it would be perfect. But the first thing came to mind was the Jetsons. I don't know if some people don't know what that is. Yep, I would love to have my own personal aircraft drone to be able to fly anywhere I wanted, and especially anywhere in the world. So you'd need something that would be supersonic, right? So that would be unlimited amount of money. So, I would love to be able to go anywhere in the world and something like that.
I would just have a boat to land it on anywhere I want.
Or just friends in every state where you could, or every country
Yeah,
where you could.
right.
Right. That's true. That's true.
Do you remember? Do you remember there was a James Bond movie where he's driving along, and I don't remember which one it was, but they've got a trailer and it's got a horse in the back, and you see the horse's rear end, the tail kind of flicking, and then all of a sudden that horse trailer opens and it's a fake horse's rump and
Yep.
tail, and then a jet comes out of it, and it's like this little one-person jet that's like, I mean, probably like an 8-foot wingspan and 8 feet long, and he's just in it. It was crazy.
Oh, it was.
Oh,
And remember, he did. He did it. What is it called? Yeah,
Where you
it
fly
raised it.
sideways?
Yeah, right through
Yep.
the door. Remember
Yep,
that?
yep.
Yeah, that was amazing. As a matter of fact, it was Octopussy. I
Yes,
think
it
that,
was.
Oh, yeah.
it was Octopussy. Believe it or not.
The
I've been looking at it right here. All right, the drone that I would build, I would encompass everything you guys said, and a submarine. So it would be something you can check out the nature underwater, and then fly like an airplane and land like a helicopter.
wow,
That's
and
it.
then you could go into space.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
money's no object, right?
Yeah. So
Elon
while we're
Musk is
dreaming,
probably
have
already
unlimited
working on
budget.
one.
Yeah,
Here we
why
go.
not?
Just
And
call you
so,
Elon Musk.
Kelly, the link that you put in the private chat, I can put that in the channel chat, right?
Yeah. That I did as well. I don't know if it worked or not.
Oh, okay. I didn't even see it.
Lift
Sorry.
aircraft. There's still a good chance that I'm going to get to fly that thing at some point. It's just been a weather issue recently, but I'm excited. I will, if I do get to fly it, I will report back on how it was.
Well, here's a good answer. Here's a good answer from somebody in the chat. Mark R. White. This would be ideal. The Star Trek transporter.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Where's the
I
fun
mean,
in
you
that,
wouldn't be-
though? You know,
Who needs a drone, right? Yeah.
Your molecules floating through space as opposed to being in a drone.
yeah, gets there.
Well,
Gets
Kelly,
there
we
fast.
can't thank you enough for joining us.
Oh,
tonight.
Yeah.
what a good
Really
time! And thank you guys for all
much.
wearing your shirts. I
Yeah.
like seriously, that's the
thanks.
coolest thing I've seen in a long time.
I know we did a really good job.
I was going to do another wardrobe change, but I ran out. I couldn't get my other shirts.
Well,
You're doing
no, I appreciate being here, and I do. As we talked about, there's a lot that goes into putting on events, live streams, right? All of these things that we do, but I kind of think we do it for each other. We do it because it's a good excuse to get together and have some fun. And I do hope to see you guys all in Austin in October.
Thank you
I'll
again.
just say amen to all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
Kelly,
you.
for coming, and
Sure thing.
great to have you on the show. I'm glad we finally were able to make it happen. Your people got with our people, and we made it happen.
That's right. And I'm getting pinged. I'm getting pinged by some flight crew people right now for discount codes. So I'm gonna go create some and send them out. So,
All right. Thanks for
Okay.
everybody in the chat for coming by.
yeah, good
Good
time.
to see everybody.
See you guys. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks.